Good evening and welcome to our first live performance of the grade 5-6 band. Don't they look great? My name is Steve Shannon. I am the director of music, and I'm just going to make a few brief remarks here, and then we'll turn it over to Mr. Leonelli and let him run the program. Thank you for coming. It's really exciting to not only be in person. As you know, we had to record our January performance, which might have given you a little hint that we had to put students down on the floor because there's just so many of them, which is a good problem to have, isn't it? So we're really excited for this. Before we start, I'd just like to thank Mr. Matt McCurtain and Ms. Jessica Sullivan for their presence tonight and their support all year long, so thank you. I'd like to thank Kevin Tachi and Abington Cam for their help in broadcasting and promoting and supporting our program. I certainly would be remiss if I didn't recognize our music staff and our tutors, Mr. Tim Leonelli, Mr. Charlie Blanchett, and our music tutors who really are such a tremendous help in with working with these students, Mrs. Kathleen DePasqua-Egan, Mr. Kevin Torres, and Ms. Joyce Harrington. So thank you to our music tutors as well. This is the first time that most, if not all, of these students are performing for a live audience. They've been working hard, and this is the first time many of them have actually picked up an instrument this year, or because of everything that's been going on the last 2 years. It was difficult for us to have music instruction live and in the buildings during the pandemic. So I know you're in for a real treat tonight. I'll be quiet now, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Leonelli. Have a great performance, kiddos.
Can you imagine a marching band this size? That would be a treat. And we're working on it. This will be fun. We are so proud of these students, and I can't wait for you to hear them. some examples of some of our warm-ups. We really work on tone, not volume. Again, the goal is for the marching band and our band to be big and loud, but we start with just a fundamental sound. Does the instrument that they hold sound like the instrument that you hear? That is our goal. They're doing wonderful work. Then we work on something called playing with a legato style, which is smooth and connected. So our next one, page 8, number 31. Page 8, number 31, is Mozart Melodies, a little tune written by Mozart. It's actually a set of variations. Beautiful piano work. It's very old, of course, but you'll recognize the tune in other settings, but this is a very old tune by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
We're going to take a short pause here. I'm over here, by the way, this time. I'd like to introduce and recognize Mary McGuire, our co-chair of our music organization, and Barbara Donahue, who's kind of our co-treasurer of the music parent organization. Again, as we are in a rebuilding phase in our program, we can't do it not only without the help of our staff and our tutors and our administrative and community support, but our parent group as well. So we're really, as you can see, this great, fantastic group of children in front of you playing so well. We really are actively recruiting members into our music parent organization to help nurture this talent through their high school experience. So traditionally our parent group is focused on our high school ensembles primarily, but with such a large group and a growing program, we really would love to enlist the support and help of community members of the students in our grades 5 through 8 program, as well as our high school students. So we'd hope you do that. You might have seen on the sign on the coming in, we have an email address, apsmusicparents@gmail.com. If you'd like to email that address, you can get on the mailing list for the Music Parent Organization. We have a number of events throughout the year. One is our annual craft fair, which we'll do again next September, and other things that will be benefit the students directly. So please consider joining our music parents. And if you purchased a raffle ticket, we're going to do that now so that we can end on a high note. We're going to let the students play out the rest of the evening. We're going to do our raffle now, so get your tickets out. Some lucky winner is going to go home with some scratch tickets. Hopefully some winners in there, too. All right. Do you want to do the lucky draw? You want to take your hand? Wait a minute. I got one ticket. Got it? All right. It's a white ticket. White ticket number 602792. 602792. If it's yours, stand up and squawk like a chicken. There we go. We'll bring it up to you. Awesome. We'll come up. Thank you for your support. Encourage your students to play and practice over the summer. We'll see you back in the fall. I'll turn it back to Mr. Leonelli and our talented grade 5-6 band.
All right, so now we're going to be hearing from our 6th grade students. Now, these were the ones that started in 4th grade. They were not able to finish the year due to the pandemic. So we are so excited that they are continuing to play. Many actually, I don't want to embarrass them, we had at least 30 students try an instrument for the first time in grade 6. It's a great mention that if you are a student here and you're not on stage, grade 5, grade 6, 7, 8, we want you on stage. It's never too late to play an instrument. Or because you're going to see the great work in just a moment. We're also going to be joined for this next selection by students that were in what we call the club. Raise your hand if you are in the club. We're building an after-school club program, keep these students motivated, keep them engaged, and also build community. This music is very important to us and as teachers, of course, but I think the community that we're trying to build is even maybe a touch more important, and that's our goal as well. So this is Hard Rock Blues, performed by grade 6 band, and the students, grade 5 and grade 6, are part of the club. So at this time, we have a student performer that we are so excited to hear from. Many of these students, I will tell you at one time or another, they might not have said it this way, but they probably said the words, "I don't want to do this anymore." And I'm sure you've heard it many, many times, and I encourage you, continue to say the word no, continue to reach out to me. I'm happy to give private tutors. I'm happy to give private lessons. I love going to Costco's. I love going to Target on my breaks after school, but I'd be happy to stick around to provide the support that they need to keep this going because they're doing wonderful. So again, if they say no, just keep them in. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Plus, next year for 6th grade, we're working on, so I guess 5th graders for next year, we're working on Star Wars. 7th graders, we're working on Indiana Jones. So we have a lot of fun things to look forward to, especially with that movie coming out, Indiana Jones 12 at this point. A lot of Harrison Ford coming up. All right, so Mr. Guthrow in the very back, Ryan Guthrow performing the theme to Pirates of the Caribbean. That was great. He's been practicing that for weeks. He's been coming into my office, and well, I guess not my office. I have a little corner in my room, and he's been saying, "Which Lena, what do you think?" And I was like, "Oh, it's pretty good. Keep working on it." And I really love this. This is something that this program offers a chance to build resilience, a chance for them to just here's a task, here's a challenge, do it, or can you do it? What can you do to make it happen? And Ryan is one of an excellent example. Some wonderful students here that have continued to work on that path. Next, 6th grade, just the 6th graders are playing a tune called Strike Force. So here it is, Strike Force. Can't do this without our music tutors. I'm on the podium. I get a lot of credit, but a lot of this credit is to our music tutors. I'm going to start with Mrs. Egan in the very corner. She's hiding for her support. Incredible assistance throughout. Mr. Biagini, who assisted last year, his spirit, he helped us out at the very beginning of this year. He is somewhere on vacation, I'm imagining Tahiti. Mrs. Harrington, Joyce Harrington, she's not here tonight, but we want to thank both of them for all their support throughout this year. They've been absolutely incredible, so I want to thank them both. And new to our staff, Mr. Kevin Torres, incredible work in the trombone section, making this group sing. So thank you, Mr. Torres. Thank you. And of course, you might see his head back there, but we got Mr. Blanchett in the very back. So one more round of applause. Mr. Blanchett, my colleague, and really appreciate them. Also want to thank our great partners at Goulet and Company. They've been incredible partners. They help with the instruments, but they gave a lot of donations, reeds, neck straps for students. So that partnership has been very helpful to us to keep this thing going. Without further ado, we got a little Go Green Wave for you. Our next tune is called I keep doing it. Bugler's Dream. It's a theme from they get me every time I do that. It must be from where I'm from, California, I don't know. This is a great one, the theme from the Olympics. You might recognize it in little commercial breaks. John Williams used this in a lot of his themes when he wrote his theme in variation for this one. So this is Bugler's Dream. This next one is the most requested song I've ever gotten, so I gave in. This is Seven Nation Army. This is a great one, Seven Nation Army. I also want to point out some of our other sections. Percussion in the very back, simply it's grade 6. It's an incredible percussion section doing wonderful work. This is going to be, we're going to be driving this one. Here it is. we're going to finish off with one more power rock. But I have two things for the audience. We got to have a quick chat. First thing, I'm going to challenge. This is going to be a family, guardian, and student challenge. Students, I challenge your family, someone in your family, to learn one song on your instrument, which requires each of you to teach your family a tune. Now, they've been telling you to keep going. Now it's your turn to teach them and get them going. One tune that they can pick. They can do Go Green Wave, but your challenge, I have a challenge for families, is to have someone play your instrument, all right? So that's a challenge to give you something to do. You laugh now, but in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in July, you're gonna need something to do, so happy to help. Our last thing, speaking of July and August, we are so thankful to host a summer camp. It's just 3 days a week, end of July, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 2 hours, last week of July. And then the second week of August, same thing, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 2 hours, 9 to 11. We have forms on your way out on the table. You can sign and take home, have your students bring back tomorrow. This is another great example of if you need a break. I am happy to take your students for a couple hours. As I mentioned earlier, I love going to Costco's after work. This is your Costco break, sponsored by me. If you love going to Target, spending way too much money, I'm happy to take them for a couple hours. So let's keep this going. This has been an absolute pleasure to finally, it's been 2019 since we were able to have this group play. We are gonna do our last tune, Power Rock, featuring music of Queen.